Hi, it's definitely been a while. Um, I'm back in Savannah. Oh, it's been great. It's been completely amazing since I've been back. I've been getting lots of stuff done. Back to doing what I love, and kind of getting on the career path again, which is really nice. Um, I've still had lots of messages and still had lots of questions and things that people wanted to know about working at Disney. And a lot of people have asked about sort of like guest interactions and that sort of thing, which I've always sort of wanted to talk about, but I didn't know, how it would go over. But I'm not, I'm no longer an employee of Disney. I'm no longer a cast member, but I still am very protective about my role and preserving the magic. And so just making sure that everything I say is still going to be, just seen as Disney appropriate, I guess. But there are definitely some guest moments I have that I like and that I tell a lot. I think I may do a couple different ones of these because, as I've kind of referred to, I've taken notes in. I had two journals that I filled up there with kind of like a daily diary of the guests I met and that made a difference and stuff. So I've got so many that I feel like I'll go through and kind of make a note of which ones I have talked about and which ones I haven't. Let's see which one I had this one opened. I don't remember why. I'm trying to see. I just have like a whole bunch of kind of random ones. One of my favorite ones, the one that my boyfriend kind of brings up and talks about, is Minnie Mouse. One day, she was, I believe she was at Storybook Circus, and she's wearing her beautiful pink dress, and there was a family of like two little boys, and the one boy was probably like 2 or 3, and the other one was like 4 or 5, and the 2 and 3-year-old went first, and he was like kissing Minnie on the nose, and it was the cutest thing. And then he left. He like stood off to the side so his older brother could be up there. And the little one kept screaming, "Kiss her on the nose! Hey, kiss her! Kiss her! Kiss her! And kiss her on the lips! Kiss her on the lips! Kiss her on the lips!" And the dad was like holding him back, like, "No, he doesn't have to kiss her on the lips if he doesn't want to." And he's like, "Kiss her! Hey, kiss her on the lips! Kiss her on the lips!" And it was so funny, and I like thought I was gonna die. So it was just the cutest thing, and it was hilarious. So that was definitely pretty funny. Another really cute Minnie Mouse story. Minnie Mouse was at Camp Minnie Mickey at Animal Kingdom, and she's one of those characters that everyone loves her, even if they don't think they will love her, they do. So you get like 14-year-old boys who are there that are just like, "Oh, I'm too cool for this. I don't want to be here." And yeah, she was at camp, and there was a family that came up, and one brother was about 8, and the other one was probably like 14, and he was like a skater, and he had like the flat-billed hat, and like, it was like too cool to be there. But of course, Minnie just looks at him and is like, "Come here, like, give me a hug." So he did, and Minnie's signing autographs, and the mom goes, "Oh my gosh, she's blushing. Oh my gosh, you're blushing." And like everyone in line started laughing because apparently like that 14-year-old was like blushing, and it was really funny. So I was signing autographs, and I gave it to the 8-year-old, and then Minnie signs, and then she kissed the book and gave it to the older boy, and everybody's like, "Oh." Well, they're posing, and when they're done posing, this is so weird. I'm trying to say this story in the correct way. At the end of the picture, the boy just like goes and like kisses Minnie on the cheek and just bolts like straight down, like completely ditches his family, everything. He's gone. So that was really funny. And I think the story that made me laugh the most was I I was hanging out with Donald at the Contemporary Resort at Chef Mickey's, and the restaurant's kind of divided into these different areas. And so there's this one room kind of like up in the corner. And so Donald's, walking over there, and Donald walks up the stairs. And for some reason, everyone in that upper section is just like, yeah, Donald, and like just everyone's going crazy. So of course Donald's milking it like, yeah, bring it on, clap for me, yeah, just like, everyone like going insane. Like the whole rest of the restaurant's like looking over, like, what is going on here? So then Donald's attendant comes over and is like, that was great, guys, that's great, but let's see if we can do it better. And so takes Donald in the kitchen, and then they would wait a little bit, and then she brings Donald back out, and like every family, yeah, and they just stand up and they're screaming and they're cheering, and it is absolutely hysterical. And I'm like laughing, just like outright laughing, and I'm so glad that everybody was being really loud, because otherwise they would have heard me. It was hysterical. I think those are some of my kind of like basic guest stories. I have so many more, but I think I'm gonna probably do them in increments of maybe divided by character or divided by ones that like immediately come to mind. Those are the ones that always immediately come to mind. Sometimes those aren't necessarily the most meaningful, but just the ones that were like, oh, that's cute, oh, that's fun. Sometimes the most meaningful ones you kind of have to like sit there and think about. I know that sounds strange, but sometimes they're buried so deep in your heart, But yeah, those are a couple of my stories, and hopefully I'll have time to locate more of them soon.